peace to the world. Yeah, let's come together at home. They say you not there, we stand, if I there, we fall. If we not celebrate, we do it for you. Voila, you forget it. You from Lower Country, you from Maryland. Voila, you from Rewa Says. I'm a bastard, we own your river. I'm up on the fine way. Tabila, Kriwako. I love Liberia. Oh yeah, yeah. Free land on liberty, Liberia. Oh yeah, yeah. Ah, oh yeah, yeah. I love Liberia. Oh yeah, yeah. They play for me and you, Liberia. Oh yeah, yeah. Ah, oh yeah, yeah.
I was raised in the swamp, but I chilled with my guns. Kept it on the low, but we fought for the bones. True son of the sun, I'm a prince in my own. Never gonna lie, me, I love LIB. Even though it's far, when we show we can face it. It's not a prophecy, I know that we can rise again. Holding my hand, I holding your own. United, we stand, divided, we fall. You know, I want to say when I come with ball, when I tell you on that side, and I get no bro. I got L to the O to the V and the E. If we fighting together, we can conquer this city. From the east to the west, then waving the flag from the north to the side. Yeah, that's joining the team. You go where you pella, you love my crown. Who kill it? Who got done?
I love Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Free land on liberty, Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Ah, oh yeah, yeah. I love Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. They play for me and you, Liberia, oh yeah, yeah.
Together we can conquer this thing. From the east to the west, and waving the flag from the north to the side.
That's the beat I love. Dun dun, dun dun.
I love Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Free land on
How the beat love?
I love the beat. Dun dun.
Then how the beat look?
I love Liberia,
Dun dun. Dun dun.
Liberia, oh yeah, yeah.
And of course, who doesn't love Liberia?
come
If you're a Liberian and you don't love Liberia, then something must be wrong with
Come
you.
on, man. Look. That the beat love.
Of course.
Okay. You know, it must be beautiful. Liberians are greatly talented people. Musically, it's just that you just love the beat. But it's a very beautiful song.
The wordings are good also.
Yes, exactly. You know, but what makes the song danceable is the beat.
Of course.
The beat controls the emotional aspect of the music.
You couldn't have said it any better.
I am a music student. I went to music school 2015.
I've heard that many times, but I haven't heard you sing though.
You will hear me sing one of these days.
Okay, I would for that.
So a pleasant way to welcome you, fellow Liberians, to the most analytical, robust, and interactive platform on ELBC 99.9. This is the program Open Conversation. Open Conversation is a 2-hour current affairs program that talks about the major happenings in the country, and we are privileged to be able to discuss Liberian issues and matters with the Liberian people, and to see how best we can use our own, persuasive, methods to be able to allow the message of the Liberian people to resonate. So this is the best thing happening on radio at about this time, and you are officially welcome. The conversation is open. That's why we say open conversation is interactive, it's robust. You are privileged. My name is Washington Tapper Jr. Let me now use this opportunity to go across the decks and usher in my guest.
I think
my host. I'm sorry.
I've ushered in myself anyway, but it's good to be here this evening. Again, today is what? Tuesday?
Today's Tuesday.
The 5th of September.
Exactly. 39, 40, or 38, 39, 40 some more days, right?
Nope, 30 some more days to election.
38,
so
38,
no, less than 38 days. 34, 35 days to elections. Yeah. So,
elections right next door.
So Liberians have to get it straight, and we have to do it, and then we are done with it and move our country forward.
Exactly.
And so all of you listening to us via whatever means you are listening, would like to say welcome again to Open Conversation. Like we say, let's keep it civil and open. We usually start the program telling you who our guests will be. Last night, there were some disturbances in district number 10. And today we know the Unity Party was in district number 9 and 10. And so this evening on our open conversation, we are looking into district number 10. And the CDC, that's the Coalition for Democratic Change representative candidate, Josephine Davis, will be our guest. Our prime guest this evening on Open Conversation. So let's start with trending issues.
Exactly. So it's going to be an static moment on this platform and this panel this evening with Madam Josephine Davis. Today, as we may know, the Liberian Senate has finally confirmed the 7 new commissioners at the LCC who were nominated by President George Weah. There was this issue, like the same noise, but today it was finally been settled by the Liberian Senate. The extra sitting has been able to do so many things that should have been done prior to these elections. Period. So
prior to their closure.
Yeah, prior to their closure. I'm sorry, prior to their closure. So the seven commissioners have been confirmed by the Liberian Senate. They will be commissioned and by the president, and the rest of the other will be done, and so that they effectively start to do the Liberian people job. Probably you have a say in that.
Yeah, and the Senate also ordered that those commissioners, the previous commissioners, be paid all of their benefits. That was what they said also. So It's good. And the Senate has closed today. They've closed today.
Yeah, they closed today.
For the 2 weeks. They were on Capitol Hill for 2 weeks. They have closed today.
So finally, those of you in district number 11, you just know that your candidate is not contesting. Let it be clear and let it be known that Thomas Nimnitwe Jr. will not contest. The court has hell-bent its ruling that Mr. Twe, who the case was being brought down, he was been I don't know the right choice of words to use, but he was been denied from contesting the elections because of some other constitutional reasons provided by the National Elections Commission commission laws. So he wouldn't be allowed to contest in these elections. So please keep calm. Allow the district to be a peaceful one. There are other recommendations. There are strategies that can be used, so that Mr. Twe can resuscitate on the political space in district number 11. It doesn't have to be catastrophic. It doesn't have to be, chaotic in that district because he isn't contesting. That means you people will go about vandalizing things and making sure that the district is under the spear of destruction. That shouldn't be the way. It is confirmed that he wouldn't contest, and let it be that way, and allow the elections to go on smoothly. Probably we can just that is just an impasse.
So the Supreme Court communicated with the National Elections Commission, Deviate Brown Lassana, and to her that she should order what the court came down with on the 31st of August, and that is denying Nimino. What is his name?
Nimini.
Okay, Nimini.
Nimini.
What is his full name?
Thomas Nimini-Twe Jr.
Thomas Twe Jr. Alias countryman.
Original countryman.
Okay, original countryman, whatever. Would not be contesting in these elections because they believe that he is not domiciled in district number 11. And as an American citizen, there was something he should have done a year prior to registering at the National Elections Commission, something he did not do. And so he's not going to contest. If he wants to contest in next elections, he will do the right thing. So the law is the law. Let's have peace. Liberia is not going to burn because one person is not contesting. We feel your pain because when you go into elections, you put a lot of things into it. You spend a lot of money and you anticipate that you're going, and especially if you have a lot of people who are supporting you, you anticipate that you're going to win. And then, pretty close to the race or the final whistle being blown for the race to start, you are,
Yeah, kick it off.
told that you cannot participate. It hurts anybody. But as a leader, it's incumbent upon Mr. Countryman, original Countryman, or Mr. Tape, right?
Mr. Tue.
Okay, Mr. Tue, to make sure that the district is calm because, seek you for what for you shall see your face.
Exactly.
6
So
years after.
if you in district number 11 thinks that Mr. Tue is doing astronomically well in that district, encourage him to continue. 6 years is just in a twinkle of an eye. Before you make up your mind, will be in the next 6 years from now. So the district can still be turned over to him, provided or predicated upon his good workings in that district. So Senator Johnson is still trying to clear the air. The last time we listened to him, and he said some, detestable things about the former vice president, Mr. Boyka, that he is a pissed maker and all kinds of things.
He has a pacemaker.
Yeah, he has a pacemaker. I'm sorry, he has a pacemaker, or he's using a pacemaker, and blah blah blah. And the man is old, deranged mentality, is crippled, and all of that. He's one of the ungrateful 9.
But not only that, the recent tip is telling you that he was speaking to one of the city mayors, and he was telling him that Jeremiah Cohn is going to be the one who's going to be doing the job for Omemwaka. He's always Nimba's time and blah blah blah. But then today he has come back to kind of polish what he has said.
Exactly. So let's just get a gist of what he said today, trying to clarify himself.
Read the Constitution very well. The duties of the Vice President are defined by the Constitution and that of the President. Whatever the Vice President does, apart from the duties specified by the Constitution, they are dedicated to him by the President of Liberia. And I was saying that a lot of
president when he's the vice president?
Because the president will be old.
Because the president
is old.
The president is old.
This is our time.
And the president has health limitation. So because Kun is a younger person, he is very energetic as a young man. So the president will rely on Kun, who is a remote control to Senator Johnson, and you understand, to be able to do the work of the country. So this is the kind of thing Senator Johnson is encouraging. And he thinks that the Liberian people are oblivious and the Liberian people are empty. They don't know the plans that have been orchestrated by Senator Johnson.
So Senator Johnson says that, he at the Senate, he sends Kun here, there, Does that mean that that's the same thing? So that's what he assumes that Ambassador Bwaka is going to do. So JMB will do the same that he's doing to Kun. Is that how it works? Because Kun is your errand boy. So it means that as a vice president to Joseph Yoman Bwaka, he's going to be an errand boy. And if that doesn't happen, he will be very, disappointed if that doesn't happen, because that is his perception, right?
But just to stick right there, you're talking about sending Kun from here, there. We're talking about having a responsible government. You understand?
But that's the perception he's giving the people, even though because he has been, lashed out for these kind of comments that he's making now. He's trying to justify, and he's still not even making it any better. Because if you knew what the vice president has to do as it relates to the functions of the vice president, as it relates to the Constitution of Liberia. As a statesman, you will not be in a conversation where you will be telling another person that, the president or the will-be president in your mind is already old and he will not be able to do anything. And this is Nimba time. You're very, that's divisive politics you're preaching.
Exactly.
A tribal politics you're preaching, because you believe it is your time to assume the presidency, but whether by hook or by crook. And he's trying to justify what he has said, and it doesn't even hold any water.
This is where I was coming from when I talk about we're trying to establish a responsible government. A responsible government comes in when you have people who are independent intellectuals. Now, we can have a vice president who can be remote controlled by a senator. Now, we're talking about responsibility in government. The vice president must know his role as a vice president. Now, wherein Senator Johnson, when he has Jeremiah Kun as a vice president in his mind, like you said, Jeremiah Kun would not run the Senate.
He will be telling Jeremiah
Kun what to do.
He has carried himself as this savior of other people, most especially people of Nimba County. You see how he has said to the city mayor in that tape, or when he was interviewed, that it was through his influence that man got the job. So even if somebody got the job through your influence, does that person have to listen to everything that you say? Even though you're saying the wrong things, that person has to do the wrong thing because you are seen, or you carry yourself as a god to that person.
This is the ego. Senator Johnson, if you can recall, Senator Johnson said one of the reasons why he had a disappointment with President Weah and the likes of the CDC is because the Nimba people are not benefiting from job opportunity, right? Now, you ever said Senator Johnson has made an admittance, right? That he is saying that he has been recommending people and they've been getting jobs.
And the man he was speaking to, he recommended that
man.
We give him an opportunity to serve. So how do you?
This is maximum hypocrisy and deception when it comes to. So it tells you how egotistical, how very selfish.
And he's not even truthful as a senator and a man of God. He's not truthful because he's now confessing that he recommended this man to President Weah, and President Weah, accepted and gave him a job.
And he said that Nimba people weren't getting jobs.
No.
And he said it.
That's what he said.
And he said the Nimba people weren't getting anything from the government. This is the same man on tape.
Confession.
And you understand? He personally made the recommendation, and Senator Johnson has made several recommendations of people in Nimba County,
but the people
and they've got jobs.
Know that.
And you understand? And they've got jobs. So it tells you Senator Johnson is doing all of what he's doing to satisfy his personal ego, and not because of the generality of Nimba County. No. The last thing he said was that young people and elder people, when it comes to insult and all of that, Senator Johnson can be honest with that statement. This was the same senator, right, on the tape, who insulted the former vice president, like no other would do. Tell that he's a battery total. You understand? He's a battery total. This is the same man who politically somersaulted from the pulpit.
It's a modern Bible.
Very-
And it says when you insult an elderly statesman,
You take
curse.
Exactly.
But he will insult and he will not take curse.
Waka older than him.
He's above.
Waka older than him. He insulted Waka.
One thing I also took from him is that, and this is something that we should not let slide, because I heard it from Prince Moi today, and I heard it from I heard similar thing from the former vice president, and this is what I'm hearing again, on this tape. They didn't play it to the end, but he also talked about the thing they're going to rig election. The Arab Spring Revolution is what's going to take place. Why are the Unity Party folks, talking about
Projecting.
rigging elections? We have not even the baby born yet. Are big.
Right.
There is nothing that proves, to show, that proves that, somebody wants to rig elections. President Weah is not on, there is no record of this government, rigging elections. We have had elections here where the CDC did not even win, the opposition won, and nobody had any problem with that. President Weah is on record for keeping the democracy and saying that whatever the Liberian people say is what's going to happen. He has always said that. Internationally, on the ground, he has said that. He's not on record for rigging any elections.
When these concerns,
why are they coming out with these kind of comments? And Senator Senator Johnson is a former rebel leader. You cannot come on radio and say if people rig elections, there will be another Arab Spring in this country. How are you going to be saying such a thing like that?
the thing here about these people, it comes about when they have political uncertainty. Now, here is it. In fact, these people probably in their minds, they thought that they had the best opportunity and solution to satisfy the political quest of the Liberian people at the time, when they saw the need to congregate themselves in the opposition. But here is it, because of greed and political test, these people could not hold their patience. So what did they do? They had to break apart. Now, when you have the chance in your hands, and you break it apart, and somebody still upholds the possibilities. Now, what comes to your mind? You are frightened. You are afraid. You think that you had a chance, but you squander it, right? In the words of former Vice President Boyka, you squander it. You dash the opportunity by the wayside, like they did the opposition. So now, since they've lost the opportunity and they have seen their opponent, recollecting and making sure that all of the opportunities are grabbed and utilized, they are
all over the place and crying wolf.
Exactly.
And that is not a good thing,
That's
because you
the
signed the Farmington Declaration. You cannot be heard on radio talking about people rigging elections when we haven't even gone to elections. We are campaigning now. You go and campaign and tell the people what exactly you're going to do to change their lives. I think that is the best thing to do, because the Liberian people, in your mind as an opposition, you believe that the country is not running properly.
Exactly.
Tell the people how you're going to do it better. That is what people want to hear. Instead of people hearing from you that they want to rig the election, you're just crying wolf, and it doesn't hold water. It doesn't hold water. It's not going to help. If you're saying that Ambassador Boyka was in district number 10 and district number 9 today, I heard Senator Prince Moi talk about we were told to go, we moved to another location. That is the reason why we have a poor turnout in district number 9. But they were thinking about rigging the elections, but they're having second thoughts now because of what happened in Sierra Leone, and so they're having second thought. How are you as a senator going to even think about that? How will you compare Sierra Leone to Liberia? What has this government done in previous elections that shows that they are going to rig elections? How can you compare what happened in Sierra Leone to what is happening in Liberia? That was his comment. That did not stop there. When former Vice President Joseph Yuma Boakai came to speak, he talked the same old 6 and 7. I think in district number 10 is where he says something new. You're telling the Liberian people that you're going to better the economy that you did not better 18 years ago. You're saying to the Liberian people that, education is going to be better. When you were there in the university, students were online 24/7. They never had a chance to even go to school because they were protesting. They couldn't get into school. They couldn't register because the system was a mess. It took a judge. We have to change that system today. You don't see people lining the streets or the campuses making sure that they get registered because they can do it online. Your government had a lot of money, a lot of support. You couldn't do that. It took a judge. We had to make sure that, the students who are in 12th grade, don't pay WAS fees. You're saying you're going to better the education. You need to tell the Liberian people how you're going to do it differently, because what happened 18 years ago is not happening today. And people are excited that, they have some sense, they're breathing some sense of relief today. So if you're coming to the Liberian people to say, I'm going to give you better education, okay, today he's paying the WAS fees, the government is paying the WAS fees. Today you don't have to stand in line at the university. But this is what we're going to do when we take power. That is the better thing to say. You're talking about JFK. The JFK we know during 18 years ago under Joseph Yomon Boaka and Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, you cannot compare it to what JFK is today, because we've been there. The Liberian people have seen it. You are in district number 9. You say you're going to make JFK better. How are you going to do it better is what you should be telling the Liberian people, instead of telling the Liberian people that you think you will. Ambassador Boaka said today that you will sit down there for somebody to rig elections. Then the whole crowd said, no, we're not going to do it. I leave it with you. You cannot be going to elections and all you do is cry, wolf, 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 wolf. If you're prepared to go to elections, you are an alternative for this country. Say what you can do better than the ruling coalition for democratic change. Let the people be the judge and prepare yourself, because if you're going to elections are expensive. You cannot be holding the money, acting mean, acting like you don't have money when you have a lot of money. When you leave the country, you go and get money outside, you keep it. When you're collecting money in the diaspora and you act like you don't have money. And when you come into elections, you cry, poor mouth, poor mouth, poor mouth. And then all you do is encourage people to be violent, because that's what you're doing. You put in the minds of people that the government wants to rig the elections. In case of any eventuality, then we're into chaos. When you can hear a former rebel leader tell you that we're going to do the Arab Spring Revolution, then you know exactly what the Unity Party is thinking. And this is uncalled for.
I said it, and I think we will just reiterate it. Here is it. Mr. Boaka goes to the podium and tells the Liberian people that he is going to develop this country, bring back,
diaspora Liberians,
that, honor his watch.
That's the newest thing he said today.
Has a sitting vice president didn't spring up into your mind when it comes to developing this country. Honor your watch. You talk about the poor status of the educational sector in the country. For an example, this was the government that honor-rated the educational system and said this thing is a mess.
Under your watch.
When you were a seated vice president. Now, why would you even go to the public, the public campaign and tell the people, oh, y'all sit down here, the people will rig the election, but I'll leave it with y'all. That is a statement to ignite and incite the people to violence. And we must desist from these kind of horrific, detestable political statements. These statements are not the campaigns. They're not the messages the Liberian people want to hear. They want to hear the how.
For them to steal your votes, I leave it with you. When you're telling the same people you have told that when you take power, you're going to cut them down. Civil servants, you're going to cut them down. Today, you're telling the Liberian people that if you take power, you're going to bring in diaspora Liberians, because the Liberians who are voting for you, those people in the diaspora who did not even come here to register to vote, are the ones you're going to bring now.
The Liberians that are voting are insignificant.
Okay.
In the analogy,
they make you president, and
very
then
good.
you bring the people who are abroad because they are the ones you trust their ability to make this country better.
They make
People
you
who are
president.
here do not know how
They
to
make
do
you
it.
president.
So he cuts down everybody and brings the
They make you
Librarians.
president.
Okay.
They suspend their future. They suspend their lives.
Okay.
They make you president. The people who already live in America who have better status, bring them down here to multiply their opulence.
wealth, yeah.
Yes, to multiply their opulence, and then the people here, they are placed in total and absolute rejection. And that's their normal status, and that's the analogy of Mr. Boyka. And these things have got to change. The message must be about the house, and not we will do this, we will do that. Bring about the realities. We already have someone on the line.
No
So let's go to the lines and take a few calls on trending issues and 0880514096, 0880514096. The numbers, you listen to all of our talking points. The case involving Dr. Twe, the Liberian Senate has confirmed the 7 new commissioners. Senator Prince Johnson tried to correct himself, and the Unity Party, former Vice President Joe Boyka, we're getting a terrible feedback. And everything is
Hello?
Hello. Are you calling this?
Yeah, I'm James Pratt calling from Sincor.
Go ahead, James.
Yeah, I just want to commend UNT studio. I think you guys are doing exceptionally well. And just to say this, you see, King Joseph, I don't want to talk about him because I mean it's an okay law, he's a former warlord, so I don't give such an individual credit. In relation to what Senator Boy was saying, when you going into the battle, you understand that you wouldn't win. You design a false strategy so as to confuse the people. Exactly that's what you guys are doing, and we used to that. We used to that. We are playing the game for a very long time. We know all their strategies. You can't go to what's the record that Invazovia has in relation to breaking or cheating an individual in the election process.
Okay.
The man has a very clean. Then crying, whoa. If the person tries to rig the election, they will do this.
He who is down, he who is down fears no fall. Anyway, so.
Exactly. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Good evening.
We my brother in studio. Tonight.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, listen to your law. People they have no message to give us. People are open talking. So you should tell the people that when they feel voting for you, they think for America. No. People can get but they can be smart. But they're not I know the paper they say another thing when tomorrow will come out and say they know why no message. I know how like cartoon was speaking. Yeah, so people gotta be sure they're not getting no message to give us.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
This is one mess. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. Today,
Good evening.
we are doing at Washington Dolo from Bon County, Banga.
Let's hear you.
Yes. Today, we really like this program. We love this program, but we are always been disappointed. And now the time is running out. When will we be fully participating in this program? Now, as we are speaking, we have been cut off on our side. So we really want to be a part of this program, but we can't listen to it. It's just able to do to us while we are willing to take a part, and then we have been cut off.
Okay, Pastor. We're working on it. Yeah.
Certainly, you will be a part of the program.
Very soon. Thank you.
I beg you.
Okay, Pastor. Thank you.
We're working on it. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. What's your name and where you call from?
All right. My name is Krishna. I'm calling from prison. But
You're calling from where?
I thank you, today and my brother there. We will not allow any insurrection in this country,
Mm-hmm.
no matter how it is. This is an elected democratic government, and we must respect it according to the will of God. Whether the government is bad or is good, He allowed them to lead according to His will. So, only through the ballot back as we Liberians will encourage, because we have had enough. I'm not going the politics way, but I'm looking at the destruction of the country over the years, and we all are trying to build it together. But we should not allow politics to carry us back in those dark days. No matter how high it is, how bitter it is, peace is very much important.
Exactly.
And honor the peace with all the bitterness. We can try to make things better than to rise up against the government insurrection. We're not going to allow that. We're not going to encourage it.
Okay, thank you.
Encourage everybody. The politics should be done the right way.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's leave you there and get this next person. Good evening. Good evening, sir. What's your name and where you call from? Bobby, can you shift a little bit because you are coming in distorted?
Thank you. What the message today or the message that we made that on the rejected and other, we are looking at the message and trying to tell it.
What's the message? What's the message, Bobby?
Because many men are saying that one round situation is easy. So the people need to understand that the election should not violate the weapon and one round. What's that easy? What's the mystery? So we are telling the people that
but even you yourself, Bobby, you are contemplating and you are telling your people about one round victory as well.
Yeah. Because the message we are projected to the people. The real message. The message we bring to the people is the message we buy in. And you see it, bro. You see it. The people are all wanting it to the message.
Okay, Bob. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's take this next caller. Good evening. What's your name and where you call from? Good evening. 08805140996 are the numbers. Yep.
Good evening. Yeah.
Your microphone is off.
Thank you so much. This is Pascal Davis, and I'm Home Foundation for Safety, also a partner of NIMA. Senator Johnson, I've always been able to survive on this kind of politicking. But God has his own way of always disgracing people. And I was telling some of my friends from NIMA, one is true that there are some few Nigerians who believe in him, but I think the vast majority of people from NIMA who are also thinking outside the box. We will not allow an individual to always control people from NIMA. We are decent people. And the Mayans have always stood for development. Why you said that you want us today to make a turn against Joshua? When you name Joshua, it was President Johnson who named President Where Sekuzi in NIMA, Emmanuel, and me. Why do you want us today to see that man? So you are told on yesterday that Joshua is not the son of NIMA. We can't be clear. Why do you want us to even get into 7 years? You can't see someone from NIMA that you want to have on the 7 years as senator.
That's a good question. People should be asking Senator Johnson, in fact.
We will not sit here and allow one man to come and hold our nose in the name of the Agro Nima Yasi. We don't believe in that kind of thing. He listens to you when he says the old man goes. But please Johnson don't have to tell us. I have already the vision that Mr. Bwaka has no strength, not just that he's old, but the man has.
But Prince Johnson is also old. That's why he can't get on motorbike to go campaign too. So he needs to sit down.
Who come and hang on the canopy for men of God and to do evil things and do something. And now we are saying to you, Senator Johnson, your days are normal. The people of Lima will retire you October 10 of this year. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Pascal David. Good evening. Hello. Hello. Good evening. What's your name and where you call from? Go ahead, sir. Thank you very much. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, my brother Washington, and good evening to First City. It is the Armstrong Bapu. We are one victory chairperson.
Go ahead, Armstrong.
Yeah, Washington, let me first commend you and First City for what you people are doing for this country, and all other journalists are doing the same, like the AB Wion and the rest of the guys. So Freedom and Bourgeois, other radio, how they call it.
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
And the radio
You get 10 seconds. Don't be calling your decision.
Yeah. So to me, the pastor from Banga stressed a great point. The good information you people are giving us, we have to extend it to our New York counties. So, Mama, I beg, I know what you can do and what you and Phil are doing there with the other guys. Yeah, please let us there people get the information. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. What's your name and where you call from?
Yeah, my name is Rochward and I joined you from my Lower Johnsonville community.
Go ahead, Roland.
Yeah, thank you, Brother Washington and Safety. Yeah, actually, I've been following the conversation, but there's a key issue that I wanted to raise.
Okay.
Actually, to be honest, I think the National Election Commission should be very careful with people we don't have much people in the district that are supporting them, and that you can use one district to go and get people from another 16 district within Maserado to go for a rally. And then you feel the people that you carry is the people that will go and vote for you. That you feel when you put
What can the NEC do about that? Not much the NEC can do about that. We'll go to elections when you just have your pool washers. The people who vote for you are the ones who are the number you will get. Well, you can fill the whole stadium, and if 10 persons vote for you, there are witnesses there. You should have your pool washers. That's all.
Yeah, because if some people will say that I put more crowd. Because today we saw in the script that they collect all the people from the 16th district and carry them in a one district.
That's up to them.
See that it's
a deception to their supporting candidate. It's a deception to their supporting candidate.
Thank you. So it is one of the key issues that I wanted to raise today.
Okay, thank you. Our guest, is stuck in traffic. And the next 3 minutes, if she's not here, then we'll do it via phone until she gets in the studio because we're running out of time. Let's hear you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you doing? What's your name and where you call from?
Jimmy Toad and call from Dubai.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Okay, that person has gone off the line. Let's take Mr. Wise. Good evening.
Yes. Hello?
You're live, Mr. Wise. Go ahead.
Yes, today. Good evening. This is Joe Wise. I'm calling you from Baptist Seminary. Today, thank you for the program and your co-host. Look, I always said this. It's just simple. I'll be very short so that the people can listen to it. Because West for full president. President Weah is the fourth president. And I'm toying with the president from the Western Coastal Belt. Now, my DD Grand Bazaar. I can tell you, all villages and towns that we went to, I stopped because I did all the mapping in the villages and towns. Most of the old areas you see that the people are telling you what President Weah is doing in this country is so strange. The presidents are entering villages and towns and start touring, and nobody should think that when the election go one round, it means that President Weah been well. No. The people are seeing the tangible end. In fact, the people are saying they want one round because they want more development of roads and other things. So, if the people don't want to campaign and they say yes, they will watch and see that the election will go, that is a clear indication that when they not campaign, President, we are going to go one round, and we are optimistic to say one round the election will go. This is why we're not sitting down.
Okay.
We're going to hit every village and town. We gather our boots, everything. We are campaigning, and you must know we are veterans from all government that today inclusive of President Weah. President Weah got all people who are vote because he wants to make sure that the country is built, that the legacy of President Weah will remain.
Okay, Mr.
We
Wisa.
drove 4 hours from Grand Bassa to St. John, what no president has done. You know,
Okay.
the barrow.
You're making a point.
They want to meet the people.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much,
So,
Mr.
see,
Wisa. You're making a point. If
I
people
always-
sit in Monrovia and they don't want to campaign, or they're campaigning, today you campaign, tomorrow you sit down, tomorrow you campaign, today you sit down, and other people are campaigning, and then tomorrow you come and say, you know, the rake election. It's just so unfair. Why would you treat the Liberian people like that?
We are saying today, if you sit and the president reach the people, and the people know that today, everything that is strange that the president is doing in the country, the president, where they say that will not do nothing. The president is doing everything that our people want. Their election, they will be
Mr. Wisa.
that Nigeria will experience one round election.
Mr. Wisa. Mr. Wisa.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the fact. The president, I think the president has met with almost 5 counties now, right? He met with Montserrado, Bomi, Kipma, Bapolu, Bon County, Bassa,
Nampong.
Grand Bassa, I'm sorry. Grand Bassa.
We just came from Grand Bassa last time.
Grand Bassa, right?
We just came from Grand Bassa last time.
4 counties. I'm saying something. 4 counties.
Yeah.
Now, yet the other people, they are not even going 2 counties.
5 counties, Montserrado.
Montserrado, 5 counties. The others are not even going 2 counties. The president has gone 5 counties. They are just at
2 weeks into the 2nd week. into
very
the
good.
campaign.
So you see how
Sitting in Monrovia,
you see how rapid, you see how fast the campaign process is.
Like today, I was in the post. I was doing some work. But I said to people, because the card that I ride is only, we are 2023. That is brand. Which I'm happy to ride because I need to talk to the people because I'm a veteran. So, people are doing that. We campaigning and they are stepping. We are going all the other countries. We got, after we launched on the Thursday launching, I even said to my community people, don't put your car on the road. Because we're going to launch for all.
Okay, Mr. Wisa, no. If you want to, you can studio. You call you.
When you call, you get so long.
Then we got Bon Country. Then we got Lofa. When we leave with Lofa, then we don't make a round trip when we come back down. Then we start doing the Chihuahua Western now.
Okay, thank you.
So they need to relax because we'll beat them flat.
Okay, Mr. Wisa, thank you. Thank you.
We serious about one round. We see that. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Wisa, thank you so much. You know, let me just take this final caller and then we pass on the call.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
What's your name and where you call from, sir?
Okay, this is Jimmy City.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
It's not 5 counties, that's 6 counties because the western region that 3 counties, Bapolu, Bome, and Grand Mount, then Montserrado, Magibi, and a lot of.
Okay, yeah, you're right. 6.
So that's 6 counties.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for the correction. Good evening,
Hello, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
sir.
Yeah, this is the rehab from the rehab community.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, you know, the previous caller just make me to call because these people will get up from rehab here with maybe 30 or 35 motorcycles behind them, and if they have a phone for a running for me, then they say they're going to go on campaign in another district. Then all the people are taking for here, I think will really want to make a crowd for you to say yes, I take crowd for rehab.
rehab. The few group up together, they take them prayer and carry them with them. They can't go to say, pull up that. But another crowd, because they are taking the poor in the rehab yet. I live in rehab, and I've seen it several times when the group there, they're going with them.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being part of the program. Let's take a short break.
From the east to the west, north to the south, they let's come together as one. They say you not there, we stand, the battle we fight. If we not celebrate, we do it for you. Voila, you from Gentile, you from Lova County, you from Maryland. Voila, you from Rewa Sessu. I'm a bastard, we own your people, I'm up on the fine way. Tabila, Kriwako, I love Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Free land on liberty, Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I love Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. They play for me and you, Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
I was raised in the swamp, but I chilled with my guns. Kept it on the low, but we fought for the bones. True son of the soul, I'm a prince in my own. Never gonna lie, me, I love LIB. Even though it's far, when we show we can face it. It's not a prophecy, I know that we can rise again. Holding my hand, I holding your own. United, we stand, divided, we fall. You know, that's what they say when I come with ball. When I chill on that side, and I get no bro. I got L to the O to the V and the E. If we fighting together, we can conquer this team. From the east to the west, then waving the flag from the north to the side. Yeah, that's joining the team. You go, you pella, you come out, crowd. Who kill it? Who got shown?
I love Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Free land on liberty, Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I love Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. They play for me and you, Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Mama was born, yeah. Papa was born, yeah. They hold us together, the honey boy, yeah. Nabali kena koya bake abapa kobo. Nabali kena koya bake abapa kobo. Nabali bola kobe abapa kobo. Nabali bola kobe abapa kobo. La biro waka poma o. La biro waka ma o. Balanda anwa waka ma o. Anwa waka ma o. Anwa
from the east to the west, north to the south, they let's come together as one. They say united we stand, divided we fight. If we not celebrate, we do it for you. Voila, you from Gentile, you from Lova County, you from Maryland. Voila, you from Rewa Sessu. I'm a bastard, we own young people, I'm up on the fine way. Rewa Sessu. I'm a bastard, we own young people.
Okay, let's bring it down now and speak with our guest who is still enrolled to the state. Hear me with my stadium.
Yes, stadium.
Hey, right. ELBC Stadium anyway. But I'm Josephine Davis. Good evening and welcome to Open Conversation.
Thank you, Titi. It's a pleasure once more talking to you again.
How are you? You getting me?
Hello?
How are you?
Yes, I say I'm doing wonderful.
Okay.
I'm doing wonderful.
Okay, so let's go straight into it. Welcome again, I say, to Open Conversation. Tell us something about yourself, family, work, and, professional experience. Who is Josephine Davis?
Oh, I came from a humble and respectable background. I'm Josephine Davis. My father from River G, my hail from Maryland County. I am a Christian. I attended the United Methodist University. Graduated from Heron Wilmot United Methodist High School. In Liberia. And my parents, my mom was the former superintendent for New Georgia Market, 1985. She instilled discipline, honesty in us. I worked for myself over the 23 years in the private sector, and I had the opportunity when I was focused in student politics at the United Methodist University. I served as the first freshman chair for the Student Alternative Party, the Women's Wing. And that is where I started my political life. And I saw myself supporting the Congress for Democratic Change 2005. And first position I served was to be treasurer for Maserati County. And I was elected vice chair for political affairs for Southern Sister. And then served. And then I was over 1 minute elected as the vice chair for administration of the National Youth League. Presently, we went to our convention in December of last year. I was over elected as the Secretary General for the Women's League of the Mighty Coalition for Democratic Change. And I was appointed as the fine clerk in the office of the president when he was senator. I worked in the House of Elders for 3 years. And after he was elected as the 24th president of the Republic of Liberia, I was appointed as first female Inspector General of the Ministry of Commerce, Republic of Liberia, where I serve with honesty, I serve with passion, I serve with patriotics. And I resign, and now I am the first female candidate on the ticket of the Coalition for Democratic Change
in District 10.
Okay, so you say you're the first female candidate, right, for CDC in District number 10.
Yeah, no. Yes, you know, I always break the record of being the first. I was the first female Inspector General of the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, first female vice chair for the Revolutionary National Youth League, and first female candidate for the Coalition for District number 10, and will be elected as the first female representative of District number 10.
Okay, wish you all the best on that one. It seems as though you've been in this politicking for a long time. I hear you talk about since 2005, but that was, you know, politics within your party, politics, you know, within, you know, your terrain, but you have chosen a highly politically charged terrain. That is that district. Why have you, you know, opted to become the representative of district number 10?
Thank you so much, Titi. But district number 10 is like any other district. The only thing is that we have a lawmaker here that desperately perform and disgrace the people pride and dignity after he was elected 2017. And we are not surprised. I'm moving to district number 10, 1999. So you should know the length of time I have lived in district number 10 and stayed. So district number 10 is like any other district. And I will tell you, from our relationship that we build with the people, from our work at the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, seeing us being robust, seeing us being loyal and patriotic, the people of district number 10 petition us to serve them in the lower house because of our performance and our relationship with them over the years, over the 2 decades more years that we live in this district. So they repose their confidence in us to serve them at the lower house. So, I mean, it is an honor to accept the people, because I'll tell you, Article 1 of the Constitution says power is inherent in the people. The people that can hire and fire. It is the people that can give you power. So when they tell you, look, we saw your track records at the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, we saw what you did, and with the record, with no contradiction behind you, and we see your relationship with us over the years that you have lived in district number 10. We believe that you can represent our strategic interests because there is fraud.
Okay, I hear you say that the current lawmaker has dismally performed. What do you seek to change that the current lawmaker, Yeke, is not doing? What is it that you want to bring to district number 10?
You think when you are the lawmaker, out of the 42,000 some more person, one person was elected to represent the people's interest. And when you are a lawmaker, you serve as a mother or father for the people that you lead. It is your responsibility to provide them with good leadership. Because anything that you do have a reflection on the people. So if you as a lawmaker that master and have PhD in man course and nothing to the table, that's small perform. High school, you're not paid one. You are not giving one child scholarship here. You talk about district office 0. Report to the district 0. We empowerment 0. If our district is the hub for density, if you have a lawmaker who is the cheapest FM.
You're coming in broken. You're coming in broken, Madam Davis. You say if you have a lawmaker who is what?
If you have a lawmaker who is a faster for all the ghettos, you have a law who have a ghetto in this place. What
do you mean when you say the current lawmaker has a fast start for all the ghettos?
The place you see Honorable Koluba always having a press conference. Bring your camera there. He just lost their man because of the drugs law that will pass. The law that will pass. This filthy by the government. But come back to that place in the night. Last night we didn't sleep here.
We'll get to the violence in your district later on, but I hear you talk about schools. I hear you talk about youth empowerment. I hear you talk about making report to the district 0, and you're grading Yeke Koluba 0 and 0. Are these the things you're going to do for your district, where you to be elected come October 10? Is that what you're promising the district?
We did it over the 6 years.
What did you do? Did you do Yeke's job?
You go to the tournament, you go to the Tomo Fala University. We got 20 students from our package that we support the art in the first thing. You go to the local schools in district number 10 here. Now 50 students on scholarship with 500,000 per student. You go to the Ministry of Education, we lobby for 20 slots for those deserving students, high GPA that now afford to maintain themselves to get their first degree. We were able to lobby with the Ministry of Education, and those students are on scholarship, on government scholarship, and they would remain on the government scholarship until graduate. You go to those local schools that need out the lawmaker attention. They need studies to buy truck, to buy at least and Shurima sheet to maintain their students. We empower those local schools, not just giving them the opportunity, giving scholarship to the school for them to give to the various communities. With us here, we also go to schools. We give small resources to maintain the school. You go to the churches, we help churches buy instruments. You go in a very community, women empowerment, or the across the territory community. We have empowered every community of 100 young women and elderly women. We tutor them, teach them how to manage the farm, and then at least to maintain themselves, to provide food on the table for the children. You go in a peace island, we carry the water project there, that they were rejected and neglected over the 12 years by the past government. We carry a water project there from the sea all the way inside Dola Care, and we told the people that you receive current and you get light here, and we make sure that the government gives you the deed to this property. Today is a history. You go to the data, we pay the biggest town hall there with 500 seating capacity. Come to Zigaba market. I pay the biggest market here with 600 tables. Also lobby for the government market. Please speak to his agent, Honorable Gio Berry. lobby for that market to be a government market, and he paid the government, the past government paid 200,000. When we came to power, they secretly engaged me and told me, look, they're going to take us out of this place because we breached the contract. So you need to reach out because I heard that you worked with the president before. So we want you to give our plaque to the president and tell him that we do this, the people, the owner of this market, 200,000, which of course we took them to the office of the president, and today that market is history now. It's a government market. The president ain't going to pay any money for market, but also build the market. You go on the come to the when the president talk about feeder roads, we in a corridor of power. The president will not come to Cuba and say, look, public work minister can't bring road. For the fact the president speak, we are lieutenant of this president must make sure we the ministers that are responsible to carry on development.
So you're saying that Yeke was not able to carry out his oversight responsibilities and making sure that even if the president spoke, that he will kind of, lobby with those people who are in charge to make sure that those feeder roads you're talking about or those markets you're talking about, that the people get some relief. You say Yeke was not instrumental in doing any of that?
Look at our honorable in the house. Our honorable have what it takes to lobby with his colleague. He got bad working relationship. He does not understand the corridor that he presides in. You see that man who stay in session, carry banana, carry football, insulting, telling the whole hospital what a time he have to propagate the people's message in district number 10. He didn't do anything here. He had no legacy. The only thing that we benefit from this lawmaker over the 6 years is insults, violence, and barbarism.
So now you're talking about, insults. Yeke is known for being very vocal and at times abusive. Aren't you afraid of him?
Titi, as you said, being vocal, it is different from being vocal constructively. And it's different from being rude, indiscipline, indecency. We have never reached this peak in our country, especially district number 10. You call someone who insults the women who be vocal. Vocal lawmaker is people who hold the government constructively in the interest of the people that they lead. Not somebody who re-insult on women, who abuse the people, who use violent means to intimidate the people. Do you know that district number 10, the people of district number 10 is living under intimidation?
You say,
being vocal,
but you can be vocal destructively and you can be vocal constructively, Madam Davis. And you just said that you can be vocal destructively. You can also do that constructively. It's your choice of word to tell me whether or not his, being vocal is destructive or not. But apart from Yeke Koluba, there is another Yeke, another Yeke is in that district who is contesting, to become the lawmaker. What is it that you bring different from that other Yeke? Because it seems as though district number 10 is blessed with Yekes.
I bring experience. I bring honesty. I bring patriotism. I bring decency. And I bring so much passion to the table that make me different from other candidates.
And you think the people in your district are convinced that you're different and you bring a lot to the table?
They are. That's why overwhelmingly the people support us. Wait until after October 10 when we are announced on the 12th of October. Reality, people will face in reality. This city is not about mere bluff. And that's the reason why some of us are not allowed to talk. We are strategic, engaging our people, and we have been engaging them over the period of time. And the people see our work at the Ministry of Commerce, so they have explicit confidence in us. because they know we were not disappointed. And for over the 6 years, they saw our tangibles in the district. So they know indeed that they have somebody who will change the dynamic.
Now I hear you talking about tangibles in the district, right? I understand you reside in one of the most populated communities, that's the Chubo on the O Road. What have you done for the people there to convince the entire district to vote for you? I want you to be specific when it comes to Chubo.
Chubo community.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about macro loan for our women. There are too many women who don't have the opportunity to do those small petty businesses. I hear from the Commerce Ministry. We empower our women. We give our students. We give 50.5% benefited from as IG. When I was IG for Chubo community, they are working as inspector. You come to the Chubo Road, the president said face feeder road. We engaged the minister. The Chubo was the first road I was constructed here. We talk about scholarship, university. The records are here, TT. The records are there. Come and do your research. I don't need to blow my trumpet. But Chubo community is proud of us because we are brought proud today by serving as the first female inspector general also, serving with honesty and with due diligence. They are proud. So George, we are His Excellency can appoint any female from Chubo community as the next inspector general because we raised the bar and serve with integrity and honesty. That's the thing that we brought to the table.
You're running on the CDC ticket and you have received, the support of all top-ranking members of the party, including President Weah, Vice President Joa Howard Taylor. Are you ready for this task of representative?
I'm prepared to do.
What are your plans for the district?
The inspector general job and serving as a fine clerk. I work in a
That is totally different now from you going to represent the people of district number 10.
I serve as IG for the fifth, as IG for the 15th county. This is just a district. You are talking about one district. I was the IG for the Republic of Liberia and the 15th county and the 17th district. And you are talking about one district. And that's the reason why the DDC and the DURC of district number 10, because they see that quality of leadership ability in us. We told them we have our platform, but over the 18 years, what you have not seen in district number 10 that you want to see over the 18 years that you elected lawmaker, give us 5 major things that you do.
Madam Davis, are you there?
Hello?
Yes, you say you met with who?
The DURC and the DDC.
Okay. And
if they are prepared to endorse us, we told them we want to sign a social contract with you. And what is in the social contract? Go and do your research in the district. Look for what you want to see in this district. We don't have a public school, a public high school, a decent public school that will take 500 students. And they came back and said, look, we want to sign this social contract with you. We will list those things that we want you to do. Because we already see that you have strong value for education. You're sending 20 kids from this district, from every community here at the Tubman Federal University. We see your tangible in the high school. You are paying students' fees. And we know what you have done over the years when you serve as Inspector General. So we are going to sign this contract with you.
What's in the contract? What are those 5 things?
Contract. They want a public school, a high school. We don't have a public school yet. A high school, decent school, a modern public high school. They want buses. They want ambulance. They want youth empowerment. They want women empowerment. Then they want a multi-purpose offices for the DURC and the DDC and the district representatives. So we are going to affix our signature to that. And the vice president will fight for all because he lives in this district. And it helps us to know, yes, yes, this is what we need to deliver and make us focus to deliver to our people. So we are not just
Madam Davis.
People will pay you well. No, we are going to sign a social contract with the people. And in those social contract, those things are listed. And we are going to make sure for the years.
My colleague has a question for you.
Madam Davis, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you said Representative Koluba has unrepresented the district. You listed a few items, a few things that you thought in your mind that he has not been able to do. You talk about refurbishing or building high schools. You talk about scholarship. You talk about buying instruments for churches. You talk about building markets. So predicated upon you winning the elections, what do we expect?
My first 100 days in that office, we are going to do a groundbreaking for our first biggest public school in district number 10.
You got a land already?
We commission the commissioner, even though we are now winning, we are not going to the election yet, but the commissioner is on the field looking for that land. We have the township, the commissioner in district number 10. We put him on his feet to make sure he look for land. If we don't have a public space, we will recommend to the president to use eminent domain or any property of also build the biggest high school in district number 10.
Is that also going to happen where you're not to win? Are you still going to focus on that even if you don't win these elections in your district?
I have never gone to any election and become a loser.
Are you not taking possibilities into consideration, madam?
I say, I'm telling you, October 12th, I will be announced.
Okay.
I'm the winner. October 12th. I will be
Very
announced.
optimistic.
I'm telling you.
That's good.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to stick a little bit with your social contract. You talked about, school. You talked about women empowerment. What is it you have planned for the disabled in your district?
Oh, we are already started working with them, the deaf and dumb. They have their school here where we go usually to support them. They have a school in the district. Usually we all will work with them when it comes to supporting the disabled in the district. So we have been doing it. They have a school that we also give our support to and give some students scholarship, at least to learn. So socially we support them to make them feel part of the society. So we work with the disabled in our district. We started doing that in 6 years.
The CDC is pushing for a one-round victory in these elections. How well are you connected in your district to help, fulfill this mission? We saw today in district number 10 that the Unity Party, your opponent, Yeke Koluba, pulled some crowd today. And your party is pushing for a one-round victory.
It is laughable to see people truck people to our district.
You think they were trucked?
I'm telling you, Titi, right into, but we live in the same Tuba community. He's outside this district. He left from this district 3 years. He lived outside this district. He lived up on Tuba. I live down Tuba. Titi, you can't fool people because you'll be fooling yourself at the ballot box. I'm telling you, you can't. The crowds for district number 9 took their way here. I was outside today. Did you see Honorable Koluba live commandeering the forces like I can do in district number 10 to Susan Berry? No. You got to wake up. A time is aspire. The message is resonating with the people. The people tired with embarrassment. They tired with a lawmaker who does not have relationship with them, who brutalize them, who bring thoughts in the district to attack them on a daily basis. How can you go convince these people and say, today we going to go parade?
So those people we saw at Susan Berry are people from district number 9 and others are troops from other districts?
I was in my car today. We know my strength is mobilization. You can't tell me about mobilization. You see people coming from District 5, District 6, trooping away. But the battle box will tell him the actual reality.
Okay.
Who you say you can't come here and think like, but if this man commandeer the forces have control over the people, you're supposed to see live that this man already waiting for a political leader to arise. Like what we can do here. September 7, you will see what will happen here in District 10. I'll take the people from my house and bring them on the main street. That's why you should have control over my people. Now when some people, not party help you to make your face look good so the shame can come. But the reality, you will face the reality at the matter past or toward him. You can see me here when I see launching from my house. You can see the thousands of human beings trooping away with marching, moving. That's what you saw. That's what they call I got control. Somebody might manage you to take the shame from your face because if you didn't know that he lost his relevance, they know. That's why they try to cover him up to hide his shame, but they cannot hide it at the ballot box.
So you said the Unity Party was hiding the shame that has, come on Yeke Koluba, and so they brought people from different districts to make it seem as though those people are from district number 10, right?
I am telling you, we saw Honorable Koluba 2017 when you were winning district. He has lost his district big time. He has no control. Everywhere he go, they boo him for rudeness, for desperately performing. I'm telling you today, I laid their bomb and 3 kids here.
Madam Davis, what's your greatest disappointment about district number 10, especially when you have a lawmaker in person of Yeke Koluba? What's your greatest disappointment?
My greatest disappointment is to see a man who sit in an honorable space to disgrace the people, to shame the people, to abuse the people, to use violence means on the people. You know, our district is populated with too many churches here. Too many people are Christian. They move the mouths and the churches are located in district number 10. To see this man who the people gave their trust to disgrace him consistently, that's my greatest disappointment.
So you say the religious community in district number 10 is not happy with Yeke Koluba?
Today, we are Christians, we go to church regardless of our political affiliation. Who can celebrate bad news? Nobody want to celebrate bad time. The Bible says we should respect our leaders, we should respect people. The definition of being an honorable man. The honorable comes with how moral reputation to be an honorable man. You are a representative.
And you think Yeke lacks that?
We are not surprised. We told the people 2017, but it was good. People gave him the opportunity. Now reality have set in. The people know.
Madam Davis.
But then it's on record. For now, electing lawmaker for the second time. They have never re-elected lawmaker before. Dustin will call it less. Honorable Barry less. He came.
Yeke says he's going to set that record. And you can set record. You are on record for being the first female. So Yeke too it says he's going to set a record. He's going to be re-elected. And you don't believe that, do you?
Honorable Koluba just talking to entertain himself now. But he said he himself know. If you just ask him deep down in his heart, he know his own UT out. The people will fire him on the back at the back.
Madam Davis.
You know that very well. He just dramatized here to think that he has something going here. No, he's gone.
Madam.
We know when lawmaker is losing it. He's not the first lawmaker to lose it. We know it.
Madam Davis,
Because he did not read the two, so he knows that very well. The people are on record. Those people are respectable people, civilized people, decent people. That's the reason why when he causing violence, when causing trouble, the people keep silent. The people are very silent. That bad pass, they can punish you as a lawmaker because they did it to Honorable Barry. He know that very well.
Before Washington comes in, what happened in District Number 10 last evening? There were some reports about, some disturbances in your district.
Look, it's just that some of us, we are peaceful people and always we preach peace to our people. Because today when you're winning, you can fight. That's how you know that when somebody losing it, but they have already lost it. You are saying we not fight. No, we not. In fact, they never get distracted. Say, man, who fall? The man who down fear no fall. A sinking man will hold everybody to sink with. And that's the reason why we always preach peace to our people. Disengage from violence. Do not walk in the same shoe. Do not respond when these things happen. Just imagine every one of us was coming from outside, entering our district. Opposite gas station, they have an entertainment center. A young man who have his place. People sitting down enjoying themselves. Honorable Koduba brought it up from outside the district to attack people in that place. 10 whole place was at the break, chairs, bus, the entertainment center, bus, eyes. Everybody flee for their life. Police got to come in. We didn't sleep the whole of last night. You can't keep doing this thing and you tell the people. Just imagine
was Yeke there in person, or there were just a group of people who are believed to be supporters of Yeke?
He sent them. You listen to his press interview at the temple.
You're coming in broken. We're not getting you. Did you say that Yeke admitted to sending those people last night?
They always tell you that he go in the bush. He will kill 2 days. He sent them to the first time. They mentioned people to burn my house. They mentioned people to beat my supporters. It's just that some of us, we can't respond to these things.
So why did he do that last night? What was the issue?
What was the issue?
Last night.
He allegedly said that is one of his security was arrested for armed robbery, and the city police took him over, arrested him, carried him to the police station. He lied that they did on his security. Honorable Koduba arrested a little girl playing ball. Lie on that leg, mean that she don't want to go shoot him and kill him. Did he? He's supposed to know this character we're talking about. He programmed that leg as God could have it and they get so he know. I don't even know you, honorable man. So I cannot take gun to can kill you. This man is running. He's running away from defeat.
So how much destruction was caused in how much destruction? I want to stick with that issue last night because I saw all over Facebook last evening. How much destruction was caused last night? According to you, those who went to that entertainment center were sent there by Yeke Kaluba.
So, a lot of people go, people go hurt. And you know what he did to himself? He's just thinking every day. For each time you get the people violence as development, they get better and keep quiet and wait for authority to discipline and balance. So every time you carry on those violent acts, I mean, the people get annoyed. The market, when you today in the market, not too many people put the market down because they were afraid again today. People got wounded.
How many persons got wounded?
I think 4 or 5 persons got wounded from that incident. And they were rocked. They blocked everywhere. Nobody was entering, nobody coming out. Police had to come in. Before
My colleague has a question for you.
Madam, I think my microphone is off. Madam, we will soon be going to the line, but you're vowing for the seat of representative in district number 11, and you want to unseat Representative Koluba. And district number 10, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, district number 10. You want to unseat Representative Yeke Koluba. Now, can you tell me what are some of the things you will be oriented with as a representative to do it better than Representative Yeke Koluba has a representative? What will be your orientation?
Oh, so long because it's function or making was a representation. We are going to represent our people interests respectfully. We will engage the government constructively. We will make sure those basic needs our people need. We will make sure we work with partners, the government, to provide those needs of people. We are going to try to make the government our oversight responsibility to make sure that those ministries that are responsible to build roads, those ministries are supposed to provide current, those ministries are supposed to provide our kids with this school opportunity. We are going to engage them constructively in the interest of the people that we represent.
But you just said that you are going to be involved with building schools and giving scholarship and making sure that you do some things by yourself. So how can we corroborate these two statements?
But I'm telling you, we are going to work because we will be a lawmaker. What we are doing is in our own little capacity. So when we want to build school, we will work with the necessary authority. You have the Ministry of Education here. You got the MCC, the Moral Consolidated School System. You got the MCC, the MCSN. You got the Ministry of Education. We're going to work with to see how best we can have a decent public school. That's what I'm saying. We are going to work with them as lawmakers to make sure that we build a school year for our people. We are not going to work in isolation with those ministries. We are going to work with those ministries to make sure we deliver to our people.
Do you have laws? Do you have laws or policies that you are taking to the House of Representatives that you already have on your template? Like these are things I want to see happening cut across the country. Maybe you say I want to address the issue of the disabled, the issue of at risk, the issue of this, of that. What are some of the things that you have on your template that you already prepared to take to the House of Representatives to be discussed in plenary?
Well, first of all, I was just telling somebody, instead of you preparing a bill, you got a current bill that is in the House that is of interest to the women, the youth. You got a current bill that are in the House. We're going to look at those bills and make sure what is there that is in the interest of the people of Liberia, and make sure that we support those bills that it should be, so it can be passed. But like I said, I'm going to represent my district. We're going to sign a social contract with our people, so we will be carrying something or two to work with. Because after signing those contracts, it means that we are going to hold our feet to the fire to deliver. But when it comes to bills, there are bills in the House that not been passed. It's in the interest of the Liberian people. We are going to look at those bills to see what is in it. If it benefits the people, we support it.
Even though you're going to look at it, but that means that you should have something already prepared as well, madam.
Or we have something prepared. We talk about disabled. We talk about opportunity for them.
Okay.
That the the deaf and dumb. We have the disabled community in our district. I mean, the struggle. There are some laws that we put together, especially for them. They need opportunity. They need support. They need to be catered to.
How many women are running in your district? Are you the only female?
We are 3.
Oh, 3 females.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, great. Okay, so you're convinced that you're going to overwhelmingly be elected in district number 10 come October 10. All on 10. We're going to hold you there for a while and keep following the show. Let's talk to the people in your district. Let's hear from them. Let's know what they think about, making you their next lawmaker.
District number 10 is a populated district. Good evening.
Good evening, TG and your co-host.
Go ahead, sir. What's your name and where you come from?
James Pratt calling from Finco.
Go ahead, James.
Yeah, I just want to commend Joseph. I think she spoke well, and we citizen we are behind her. She shouldn't mind yet Koruba because he has nothing. He has done nothing absolutely. Yes, I mean, the only thing he does is to insult. At times I usually think ask myself, but then why is it that the people of the Shulman Muslim photo you go come back? You have a problem about that, right?
People change.
But he has done absolutely nothing. Only as I said earlier, the only thing he does is to insult. So what is that?
Okay, thank you. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, Washington and 60 and to our fellow guest, Madam Josephine Day. This is E. Armstrong Bapu, Chairman for Lalia 1 Gram Victory. Washington, you ask the sister what she had done or what she came out done. Washington lived on her own for some years. But what I saw Josephine Day doing just inflicted the market. Washington, our people in that market is the biggest market than it. Yes, despite we're not the first market built there, but what the person used that other side and build that first market. But if that lady alone can reconstruct that market and put over 600 tables in that market, that alone more than any other thing that she had done in our district because our people were really suffering in that market every day in the rain, in the sun, and she changed their life today. And I believe that Josephine giving somebody who has campaigned to the 2004 up to present, I know that she somebody that able to help our people and she's going to make a big difference in our district.
Thank you very much. Good evening.
Hey.
Hello?
Good evening, sir. What's your name and where you call from? Good evening.
I'm talking for the
Go ahead, sir.
I want to tell you, lawmaker, I want to come in lawmaker. Thank you, be sure. Yaga Koruba is just the voice of the voiceless is working dead.
But you
what are you saying, sir?
Let me just
I'm trying to say Yaga Koruba is working dead, so we don't get time for him.
Oh, okay.
If you're working dead, you can be the voice of the voiceless.
If you're working dead, then you are a voiceless person. You have no contribution. But thank you anyway. Thank you for your participation. Let's get this next person. Good evening and welcome.
Good
evening. How are you doing?
Yeah, my name is Town. I'm calling from Shoguni. And the name of the CDC. I'm going to share the presenting the meeting of discussion. I'm calling for a discussion of the Shana. The meeting of the reality and the very young with Josephine Day. I will present this in
I tell you, Sarah.
If I don't admire any color on this show, you're the one I admire. You just go straight to the point.
The nigga just stick right in the conference.
See, I tell you, done. And you're my man, Cyrus. Thank you.
Really, oh man.
Yeah.
Good evening. Good evening. Welcome. 0880514096. 0880514096 are the numbers to call and be a part. Josephine Davies of District Number 10 is our guest tonight. Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening, sir. What's your name and where you call from?
Yeah.
That baby talking like that.
Okay,
baby, go ahead.
I'm from a better country.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Go ahead, sir.
They are Colombo. La rebels.
My man,
Yeah, my man,
baby,
speak to
get
the
on and I'll
issue,
go
man.
to the issue, my
Speak
man.
like baby.
They are Colombo. The man that plan to go forth is a legal good. All that development. All those who are supposed to be Colombo. All that they are rebels.
We can't take that. Speak the issue. Good evening.
Yeah, hello.
Good evening, sir. What's your name and where you call from?
Yeah, my name is Ishmael Thomas Goodrich, calling from the Chihuahua community.
Go ahead, sir. From district number 10. Let's hear you.
District number 10, Chihuahua community.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, so I firstly want to be grateful for, for this day that the leader herself has revealed to the people. And I also want to say thank you to you people, but to tell you the truth, district number 10 has found a liberator. So let me know what is the liberator of this district, and nobody can see that. Come October 10th, she will win. She is good at setting records, good at setting history. And that is for panel.
Thank you very much. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. What's your name and where you call from?
Thank you. I'm calling from G-Town Ozone.
That's good. District number 10 is on the table tonight. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yes. Thank you for the topic of discussion for tonight. But we just return, people of this return, we make our man because we can put a town master, then the town master check in the town, abusing women, abusing men, abusing children, and as far as you are concerned now, he said he want to bring war upon the children. He went over there with Yenny. So that kind of man, we can't keep him to be our town master. If we keep him to be our town master, we bring disaster to ourselves. Ourselves, our children, our school, our community dweller, even our own neighbor.
Okay, Pop, thank you.
We pray that doesn't mean we pray that October 10 comes so we can take him from there.
Okay.
That beautiful October 10. That beautiful October 10. Good evening, sir. Welcome. Good evening. Hello. Let's leave you there and take the next caller. Good evening. Hello. What's going on? Good evening. Good evening, sir. What's your name and where you call from? Go ahead, sir. District number 10.
Yeah, to have it to visit on, and then we have to carry over for 2023. He's the next sitting representative for District 10. So we get time for the our partners and I get it here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. What's your name and where you call from?
I'm Lincoln.
Go ahead. District number 10.
Yeah. I Reverend David has done that. Yes, having done that, she's talking all the kind of things to my studio. When Yakakolu was not a lawmaker, he did a lot of things for people individually and for everyone. He built our market, he put lead, he gave us water before he could ascend to the position.
Yeah, but then why she's coming in, because the district and then those contestants, are seeing the attitude of the representative. That's why they want to save the face of the district.
No, but we're satisfied with that, man. People
you can
market, and I actually don't want to build any market.
You say you're satisfied with the way Yaka treats, the way he insults people. You're satisfied with that, right?
We gotta be we satisfied with his developmental idea that he pushed for us to benefit something.
What have you benefited?
7-8 years, he went and advocated for us. We got a very good road now.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, thank you. Good evening. Hello. 0880514096. Those of you who just following the conversation. Good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening. What's your name and where you call from?
Well, my name is Frank Summerlin. I'm the chairman of the People Regional Council of District 10 Montreal County.
Go ahead, sir.
And a special supporter for Madam Josephine Davis.
Go ahead.
Let me say this to Madam Davis. I'm a neutral person who have entered that district to make sure that we clean up that district and clean up the capital building for insults and denigration of our people. And the supporters, I have been able to take people to that district on my own because it's my constitutional right to vote wherever I reside or wherever I commute. So I have a number of persons that are going to vote for you. And I can tell you, I can assure you that the number is on the wall that you are the victor of the day or the victor of president of that district. So do not.
Good evening.
Good evening, my dear brother. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you? What's your name?
My name is Cooper, District 4, from District 4.
Go ahead, sir.
I just sad news from the incoming representative there concerning about the riot that took place today on the whole. Really, it's not fun. But
Not to do. Last no.
Okay, last minute. Thank you for the correction. However, it's not fun. But let's look at the other side. It's just that we are Liberians. We don't care for what other people, the feeling of other people. We are not in support of of insulting the masses or the leaders in the country. But what I look at, if our people have to say, where do you see smoke, there should be fire. Why people cannot come and ask Father for Yekekoroba, what is it really in of he always insulting or always having?
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, my sister.
Are you in district number 10?
I truck myself. I want district number 10 to go register for Yekekoroba.
Okay, so if you can truck yourself to register in district number 10, don't you think it's okay for you to ask your Yeke Kolba why he insults?
The reason is simple. The reason is simple. I will tell you this. The simple, it's very simple.
Oh, you have done it, ask you.
Yeke Kolba is just look at a door, a hunting door, or a hunting door on a thing. You know, a door and mine a gate on a thing. If you see a wrong thing happening, in always, in Ghana, they get so many ways to harm.
Okay, so let me ask you now. Since the hunting dog has so many ways to hunt, so do you insult your wife? Is that one of the ways you hunt?
We are discussing history. We are not discussing personal life.
Who does he insult? Is it not insulting human beings and you were supporting that and you think that's the right thing?
His insult cut across.
It's not personal.
Is he insulting the district or he's insulting human beings?
If you go personal with me, it will not be so far.
No, if you support somebody who is insulting people, then it means that's the right thing to do. No, you listen. You listen. You call Yeke Koluba as a hunting dog. You support that he insults people. So is that what you do? Do you insult people?
I do not support. There are one reason I support Yeke Koluba for. I don't support Yeke Koluba for insulting leader Lawal.
You are justifying.
But then you're justifying what you're saying.
It. How you come on the radio and say Yeke Koluba is like a hunting dog?
It's like a hunting dog.
So
the insult has been justified.
If things is not going far within the country, if things is not going far with the citizens like in government or in
do you have to insult to do that, to say what is wrong? Do you have to insult? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you teach people as an older person? That if you're not happy with what is happening, you should insult?
Why don't you truck yourself and go tell Representative Koluba to stop the attitude? That would have been much
preferable. If you support that, then it means that's what you do.
But that's the justification the young man is giving here.
Radio and says Yeke is the
Good evening.
Insulting people because he's not happy.
Good evening. Go ahead, sir. What's your name and where you come from?
You're happy that Yeke can insult other people when they ask you whether you can insult your wife and you get.
Go ahead. You're alive.
Yeah, I'm calling from Teshute. I'm here to speak on Madam Josephine Day. We are here to carry Madam Josephine Day. The female of Teshute are in support of Madam Josephine Day. No female will stand back for men to insult us. We are tired with my cause, with abusive. We can't even stand the brief. And you even standing somewhere, you find circles. You can't have a lawmaker. He said he seated there for us, but he's bringing in push. He's giving drugs to our young children and abusing our He started taking this district. We said no to Yake, and we tell him Madam Josephine Debe, stop October 10th, Madam Josephine Debe will be elected, and she's our next becoming lawmaker.
Thank you. Do we have someone else from the next line?
I'm having Madam Davis, I will come back to you. I think Director Temple wants to participate on the program. Madam Davis, I will come back to you. So let me hear from Director Temple, then I'll come back to you. Let's hear this caller. Okay, this caller is off the line. Hello?
Hello?
Madam Davis?
Yes?
I'm still taking calls. Do you wanna say something? I know you went off the line, but because there was a call coming in. Minister Temple was trying to call me, so just please go off the line, keep listening, and then I will get back to you. Let me just take a few more calls. Let's hear this person.
Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
What's your name and where you come from?
I'm Tabitha Lee. I call from district number 10.
Go ahead, sir.
Go ahead, you're live.
I called to speak on the caller that called. The caller that said Honorable Koluba advocated for development in district number 10. That is a blunted lie. Honorable Koluba never advocated a day for development in district number 10. Madam Josephine Davis has been doing all that she can within her power to bring development and to reach out to the people of district number 10. For the past years, I've been in district number 10. For the 6 years, Honorable Koluba served for, there are no tangibles within our district. There's nothing to show for.
Okay.
The people are fed up. The people are tired. The people are fed up. The people are tired. Madam Josephine Davis has lots of tangibles in district number 10, and the people and the mothers and women of district number 10 are resolved to root out man-caused income in our district. We are not here for joking. We are not here to play or watch and look at a man who has no respect for his mother, who has no respect for the leader of this nation in person of President George Manawia and the vice president of our country that just send up and abuse us randomly. We are not here for that. We don't want a man that will get another 6 years and then use it.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Madam Josephine Davis is our choice.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. What's your name and where you come from?
I'm Rudolph. Original for from District 9.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, I just want to say thank you also for the show tonight. I really appreciate it. Howbeit, I have one or two concerns, especially for Representative, Income Representative Josephine Davis. You started on a good footing with Commerce Ministry, where we followed you and you started to, get rid of toxic waste and all the kind of expired goods. But it's like you compromise, and we have no other record of you, doing such thing anymore.
She will speak to that.
We have questions to. So I want to speak to that.
Okay, she will speak to that. Let's take this other caller. Thank you, sir. Hello, Mr. Temple.
Yeah, Titi, good evening, and good evening to your co-host.
Good evening, sir.
So, Titi, after people call tonight because of a fellow who tried to justify, you see where we are taking our society, that house that you and myself, when you are reporting at that house, that I work at that house is that place, the legislature, is a place of people with dignity. Josephine didn't work at that house. And for the record, I have done all my background. Josephine will win that particular district. Josephine is a humble lady that I worked with when she was in the office of the president. Back then, he was senator. She knows her way out. But what I can say to Josephine is that Josephine, when you are doing your campaign, when you are talking, Just put away any other person. I don't want to call people name. Put away people who try to teach our young people another bad way of living in the society. Just focus on what you intend to do for the district. I'm surprised and I'm shocked that somebody will be justifying at this particular point in time, this age that we find ourselves in. For heaven's sake, every now and then, when somebody gets on the radio, the only thing you hear from him is insult. You don't drug people. You don't love it for the people. You don't say anything for the people. When you insult, you teach our young generation how to be rude in the society. There's nothing I can only say to you. And when you presented yourself tonight, just keep that round, please. And like I said from the onset, I know I've gone in that district. I went in the district. I know what you have done. I heard what people have said, and you will win that district. For the record tonight.
Okay, Mr. Compo, thank you. We don't have much time. We're out of time, sir.
You don't have a time. I passed through a traffic and they said, one gentleman blocked the traffic and the other woman blocked the traffic. That was because of it was not human being. That was cars.
Okay. So we have to leave you at that. We have to go back to our guests. Thank you. Thank you so much. Madam Davids, you can, get back to us so that we hear your parting comments. And I'd like to speak to what, let me hear from Madam Davids before I say what I have to say concerning one of our callers. Let's try to get
I think she's following in I think she
on the line, and then we just conclusively conclude this evening on Open Conversation. Okay, we have her on the line. Yeah, Madam Davis, you listen to the callers, and I want you to speak to also to what are you doing? Because I listened to one of the callers tonight who said he trucked himself to district number 10 to vote for Yeke Koluba. Are you taking that into consideration that a lot of people truck themselves to or bus themselves to district number 10 to vote for Yeke Koluba?
But you listen to another caller who said he trucked himself to vote also for me. So I said this to you. I listened to the second to the last caller, and I don't know him, but what he said tonight, Titi, people shouldn't be carried away by the noise they see on social media. The actual reality is in the district with the people who make the decision. Honorable Koluba can truck, but you can truck equal to the people who are prepared in the 33 community that are prepared to fire him at the Baraba and hire me. You can talk more than how can you be a lawmaker? You say you deliver to your people and you're trucking people to win election. I listened to the other caller. He said when I was working with the Ministry of Commerce, I started on a group voting. I started on a group voting and ended on a group voting. I was a 10th person in position in the Ministry of Commerce. My responsibility was to make sure I get rid of the expired food. My responsibility was to make sure those businesses start their goods. We got 4 different bureaus in the Ministry of Commerce. You got the administration, you got commerce and trade are responsible for importation and exportation. They're also responsible for price analysis when it comes to prices. So if they go out there and discover that somebody has the goods, we were the enforcement arm of the Ministry of Commerce. There are 4 political commodities that the minister prepared over and have been law and gospel from 1847 up to present: rice, oil, gas, and cement. We were the enforcement arm. We brought the biggest and business tycoon to their bending knees in this country that came to this country in 1950 with name and shame them.
Those people are responsible for every importation here, everything they imported. When we were appointed, people discussed us and said that the job was too big for us. They said we couldn't do the job. But we go down in history as the first rebuff Inspector General, female Inspector General. Liberia, who knew the IG for police, they now knew the Inspector General function at the Ministry of Commerce. Nobody coerced me to do my job and become a TOR because I'm a patriotic citizen. I decided low this is the special thing, and I want to appreciate the president.
Madam Davis, you have to end now under 1 minute, please. We are totally out of time. Yes, ma'am.
To conclude, I want to say thanks to all the foreigners. And come October 10th, October 12th will be announced as the new phase of district number 10. We want you to go out there, vote number 3 for Honorable Sir Joseph, number 18 for the president. And September 30, you will see me commandeer in the forces of district number 10 or the number 4 on the ballot box for Josephine Davis. September 7, you will see the men that we will take from this district, and then you will know who is the landlord of this district. But we want to say, October 10, His Excellency is going to be victorious, and we are going to be victorious in district number 10. Vote number 4 on the ballot box, Josephine Davis. 3, Sir Joseph. 18, His Excellency President George Manuel.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Madam Josephine Davis. She's the CDC representative candidate in district number 10, and she's been our guest on Open Conversation tonight. We wish you all the best, ma'am, in all your endeavors. Join us, God willing, tomorrow evening for another edition of Open Conversation, Washington. And I wanted to say something to that caller who said that Yeke, he described Yeke as a hunting dog. And he believes that Yeke, the only way Yeke can express himself is to abuse people.
Vulgarity.
And you know, and I know, if you are a husband, you're a father, and you have girls, children, and you sit, you know, and your children listen to you, your wife listens to you, and you say that you encourage somebody to abuse the highest person in the society, the second highest person in the society, because when CDC went to district number 10, he had a press conference and he abused the vice president of the Republic of Liberia. And if you are a man who has a daughter, who has a mother, who has a wife, and you will sit on national radio and encourage a representative to abuse, you know, other people in the society, and you think that's the only way that man can express himself, then you know, it's such a pity.
Sometimes people lost their sense of being, their conscience. So you know that
how do you do
people
that?
Depreciate in their understanding, and you know, but this is Liberia, and this is the kind of country we want to correct. You know, these are the kind of people who manipulate and who mentally terrorize the country with these kind of negative comments.
You can never be a sound person, not mentally deranged, and then you do what Yeke Koluba does. Because there is a way to express yourself. You can get angry. You're not happy about certain situations. There is a way as a normal person to discuss the issues.
Who edifies?
But if you would just get on national radio, you call journalists, and all you do is dilly-die in cussing, and you think that's the right thing to do. And some people in their frame of mind, I don't know whether it's the right or wrong frame of
abnormality,
mind, just, you know, celebrate that. And then you will bring that to national radio, and you expect that nobody's going to say anything about that. And I'm sorry, because it's not here. I can sit here and then you say that and celebrate somebody like that. I'm sorry.
To say, who edifies the intolerant, the arrogance, the insolence, and the childishness of such a ridiculous comment from Representative Yeke Koluba? These things should not even be encouraged in the politics and the space of our country. But you know, when you're working with an environment of, you know, let's just leave it like that.
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. We'll talk to you. Thanks for following.
Thank you very much, and have a pleasant night.